6:30 in the morning. If you're watching this in the future, I'm filming during the global pandemic. I'm Julie from Julie Davis Flower Workshops and Flower Start, the online flower arranging classes. Many of the ladies who come to class with me tell me how therapeutic they find it being lost in the world of flowers and pushing away their troubles and thoughts that are creeping into their minds. I thought I'd tap into that therapeutic quality and come and sit in my garden for a small, mindful opportunity to focus on the here and now and chase away the thoughts that are running through my mind about what's going on in the rest of the world. As I sit and steady my breath, I start to slow and stop and slowly begin to tune in and notice what's happening around me. I'm sitting cross-legged on this garden bench, just 1 foot on the grass. Because it's quite early in the morning, my lawn is quite heavy with dew, so I've got one cold, wet foot. My other toes are bouncing around. They feel light as they float in the air. I can feel the connection when my legs cross and when my bottom is sitting on the hard bench. It's quite a chill to the air this morning, although it's not cold enough for my breath to show as I breathe. I can feel the cool through the single layer of my top. I can hear bird song. As I came to walk to this part of the garden, at the end of our garden, 2 birds fluttered by me, practically flying through my hair. I could hear the flap of their wings and the gush of air as they went past and flew into a bush. I can hear wood pigeons and the cheep, cheep, cheep of other bird song. As I walked up the garden, I noticed this honesty. When it's in a flower, it has a really insignificant little bloom. But I'm looking at it now and noticing it's got quite a hairy stem, tickly under my fingertips. The flowers are long gone, but they're little round discs, like green pennies. And when I hold them up to the light, I can see the seeds beginning to develop. It's quite juicy and fleshy. Later in the year, these will dry to silvery discs with plump, flat, black seeds inside. But at the moment, it looks like a bit like a biological cell. A circle of green with a tip of a point here and then the stem down the other side. If I spin it round in my fingers, the seed pod flops around a bit. reminds me of eating green peas and beans for tea. Moon-shaped. And as I say, quite translucent. I notice that the seeds are in pairs. I've got 2 pairs of 3 with a little stalky spike connecting them to the edge of the seed pod. If I take my gaze out into my garden, I can see a wisteria bush just over behind you. We had really high winds the last couple of days and the wisteria is scattered across the lawn, some in individual blossoms and other in quite large pieces. I hope you get the opportunity to sit and be still today, whether that's in your garden or you just find a quiet spot in your house. Perhaps open the windows so you can connect with nature and just take a few moments to sit, settle your breath, notice where you are and start to engage your senses. What can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? And what can you feel?